Hello everyone, welcome to Come Sit at My Table. Today on A Taste for Blueberries, we're making easy blueberry bars. Let's get started. We are going to use 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to use 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, that's just plain white sugar, a pinch of salt, and we're going to use 3/4 of a cup, which is 1 1/2 sticks of cold butter that has been cubed. Now, I went ahead and cubed it up this morning and put it right back in the refrigerator to keep it good and cold. You don't want it to be soft when you mix it to make your crust, or it's just going to form a big ball of dough. And we don't want that. We want it to be crumbly. We're making a crumble to put over top of our blueberry bars too, so make sure it's good and cold. Then to make the filling for our blueberry bars, we're going to use 2 eggs, and I want you to look at how beautiful these eggs are. Our neighbors Ernie and Twyla brought us eggs the other day, and they are gorgeous. 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of sour cream. Have to move that because again we need a pinch of salt, and then we are going to fold in 3 cups of cleaned and stemmed blueberries. Make sure that you have rinsed these well and gone through them and picked stems off of them. Those little blueberry stems can hide, let me tell you. They're hard to find sometimes. Okay, so we're going to start by making our crust for the bottom and our crumble to go on top of the bars. So let's just go over to our mixer, and I'm going to use a whisk to do this because we don't want it to become like a ball of dough. We want this to remain crumbly. So I've put my sugar and flour, I'm putting in my pinch of salt, and now we will add our butter. I think before I put that butter in, I'm just going to take my whisk and kind of stir those together a little bit, that flour, sugar, and salt, just to mix that up a little bit. And now we'll go in with our cold butter. I will tell you that before I start mixing, I kind of like to stir this up because I want to coat each piece of that butter with the flour. I feel like that I'm going to use my whisk or my spatula to do that. I just feel like that helps it to kind of crumble up better if each piece of butter is coated well with that flour. Okay, now let's put our whisk on. I'm going to put on the shield because we know what I tend to do when I'm in the kitchen mixing things in the KitchenAid. Now we just have to stay with this. You do not want to walk away. You want to stay with this and watch it and make sure that it does not turn into a ball of dough. You just want it to become a crumble. Now while we're waiting for this to crumble up and become crumbly, let's talk about yesterday's trivia question about blueberries. The question was, how many blueberries does an average blueberry bush produce in a year? I was rather shocked by this number. The answer is 6,000. I never dreamed it was that high. I did ask Melissa that question earlier to see if she could guess it. And what did you guess?
I guessed 2,000.
2,000.
And I thought that was astronomically high.
Yeah, I would have said the same. But they can produce up to 6,000 blueberries a year, which I just think is crazy. Unbelievable. We are getting there. It's starting to crumble up. Let's look at it. I want everybody to see what it looks like. Actually, I can probably just leave that off. You can see there that it's starting to get crumbly. So we're just going to let it keep running. Okay, so let's do our new blueberry trivia question for today. The question is, according to the Cornell University website, which other 3 fruits besides blueberries are the only other commercially produced fruit crops native to North America? Now, by commercially produced, that means they're grown to sell in stores. They're produced just for sale. So, which 3 other berries, I guess, are native to North America and commercially produced for sale in the United States? Neither one of us really knew this answer, did we? We kind of...
I made a guess.
Yeah. We got 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, I didn't get them all right.
Okay. I think I'm going to finish this with my hands. I think I'm just going to go in and kind of rub that butter and get that to crumble up. Just get that all mixed in well. I think that's the easiest way to do it. You want just to make sure that that butter is really good and cold. Otherwise, you'll end up with a big ball of dough, like cookie dough, and you don't want that. You want this to be crumbly and something you can sprinkle in. So if you see any big pieces of butter, like this right here, you just want to make sure you rub those in. And I'm just kind of grabbing it and rubbing it between my fingers as I do. And you can see it's really turning into a crumble. I could have done this without the mixer. Here, look at this big piece of butter. So I got to get that mixed in. I could have done this without using the mixer at all, and normally I do. I just thought the mixer would help get it started at least.
So this same, I don't know what the word is, the same is going to be your crust and your crumble on top.
Yes, we will keep out 1 cup of this to use on top as our crumble, and the rest of it will go in the bottom as our crust. Yep. Okay.
So we put this same dough, but it's not really dough.
No,
so.
It's a mixture. All right, I've got to get my cup right here. Hang on. There we go. So I want to save 1 cup of this to go on top. So that's what I'm saving right there. I'm just going to set this over to the side. Now, I'm going to grab our pan, 9x13, that I have already sprayed with nonstick spray. And we'll spread this out. And then we're just going to push it down in there. And you do want to push it in firmly, and you want to make sure that it's completely covered. You don't want any holes in this. Now this does have to bake before we can put the filling on top. We have already preheated our oven to 350 degrees. And it's going to bake for about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. You'll just have to kind of keep an eye on it. You want it to be lightly browned, but not dark brown around the edges. Got a little more up here than I need. I'll push some down. Because this is going to go back in the oven after we put our blueberry filling on top. So this crust is going to bake more than just this initial baking. So you don't want to bake this until it's completely done, or by the time you get the blueberry filling baked, this crust will be overbaked. Okay, so we're going to go in the oven now for 10 to 12 minutes. You'll just have to watch it. My oven bakes hot, so my guess is it won't take more than 10 minutes. But we'll bake it, and then we'll make the filling to go on top of it. Let's put together our blueberry bar filling while we wait for our crust to come out of the oven. So in my bowl, I'm just going to put my sugar and my flour. And I think I'll just whisk those together before we add everything else. I don't guess that's necessary, but I just like to do that. Then I'm going to add my pinch of salt. We will put in our sour cream. And then we'll put in our eggs. Now, of course, we will not break our eggs into this bowl because there's always a chance you could get a bad egg, or more likely, Tom could get a piece of shell in there. Not that I've ever done that before. Okay, maybe a time or two. So there's our first egg. Look at that egg. That is beautiful. That's a huge egg. So in it goes. And our second egg.
Ernie babies those chickens. No
Or he
wonder
does.
They're such nice eggs.
They are well taken care of. He does a good job taking care of his chickens. Okay, hang on just a minute. Let me see if this is ready. I think it could use another minute or two. I'm going to leave it 2 more minutes. That'll make 12 minutes total. While that's happening, we will stir together our filling ingredients. Look how beautiful that is with those fresh chicken eggs. They make that batter so nice and yellow. There's such a big difference in store-bought eggs and fresh eggs. And we just love fresh eggs.
Good quality.
Yeah. Okay, that is mixed together well. So I'm going to get rid of my whisk. I'll put in my blueberries and fold those in. You know what? I should have put a little bit of, no, I don't have to because this isn't like a batter where they can sink. So I'd say I should have put some flour on those. Now I'm not stirring, I'm just folding them in. You don't want to crush these blueberries. So just gently fold them in. Make sure they're completely covered with that mixture. Okay, and we'll wait for our crust to come out of the oven, and then we'll finish these. Our crust is out of the oven, and we're just going to pour our blueberry mixture right on top of that crust. Let me get a better hold on this bowl. And you do want to kind of make sure that your blueberries are spread out, that they're not in a big pile in the middle. You want some in every bite. So just get them in a single layer, and 3 cups should completely fill in a single layer a 9x13 pan. And you can see, there we go, that they do. And then we of course want all of that really nice batter out of there. And I'll just drizzle that right over our blueberries. Of course it's going to kind of spread out and bake anyway, but just trying not to have it all on one end. Okay, now we have to go back into the oven.
What about the crumble?
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I would have left that sit right there. But we are going to go back into the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now I'm going to just kind of sprinkle this on. Woo, lost a little bit right there. Just sprinkle it all over. And it does need to bake for about 45 minutes to an hour. You'll just have to keep an eye on it. And when it's golden brown on top, you'll know it's ready. So back into the oven we go. our easy blueberry bars baked for exactly 50 minutes. And let me tell you, they look wonderful and they smell delicious. I cut this piece and said to Melissa, well, here's my piece, where's yours? And you know what she said to me? The rest of the pan is mine.
Well, you did make it sound like I wasn't going to get any, so I had to quickly clarify that.
You know I'm teasing. You get the first bite. Okay, I want everybody to look at this. Now tell me that's not a beautiful bite of blueberry bar. You ready? That was a big bite, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. It's sweet, but not overly sweet.
It's even just, it's creamy. It's the filling that we mixed together is really creamy in with those blueberries.
And it's not like it's a cookie crumb either.
Mm-mm.
It's just
that is really good.
it's really nice.
Yeah, that's delicious. You know, Melissa and I were talking. This is dessert, but that could easily be used as a breakfast food. You could put that on the table with some fruit, and that would be really good for breakfast. All right, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you'll try these easy blueberry bars. They are really easy to do, and they're delicious. If you would, we'd appreciate you going right below our video and clicking the thumbs up. If you haven't done it before, click that subscribe button, the little notification bell, and the word all. One way you can really help our channel is to click that share button and share this video or all of our videos with your friends and family. That just helps get the word out about our channel. Also, remember that right below the video, if you'll click the title of this recipe, Easy Blueberry Bars, that description box will expand. Melissa always puts the written recipe there for you, and our contact information is under that recipe. And then, of course, there's a place for comments at the bottom, and we would love to hear from you. If you want to, go below the description box and post your answer to today's blueberry trivia question. Besides blueberries, which 3 other berries or fruits are native to North America that are produced commercially? So let us know if you have an answer for that. Actually, there are going to be 3 answers to that. All right, thanks again for watching. We do appreciate you being here. We want you to remember, you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day.